Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Minecraft. Now, I've done a little work on the inside of the house today. Wanted to show you guys before we head off on another adventure. First off, I've expanded the kitchen a bit. Now, I'm not exactly sure that everything's going to be exactly in this location. I notice most houses usually have the icebox right next to the stove, so I may be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to keep the table how it is, but I want to show you what I added. I went ahead and have a washing machine here. I have that steel door. I actually have a switch underneath it so it stays up. So that's the washing machine. Got the normal stove right here, and here's what I'm most proud of. I have a garbage chute that leads, and I'll shift down here, to a little pool of lava that will destroy anything that we throw into it. So very, very good there. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be the final location of everything, but I'll probably play around with this and see what I find. Now, also, you ready? Dun 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 dun! This is the almost completed bathroom. As you can see, I went ahead and did a shower bathtub combo. I think it looks really good. Have the faucet right there. And having the nozzle, the shower nozzle, to the point that I can actually look up and at it is very important, especially for someone my height. So that looks good. We put the glass here. I thought about using iron bars, but I think this looks very good. It fits everything nicely, in my opinion. Here's the completed toilet. I need to get a few item frames, so anyway, for other stuff in the house. And I'm going to put a thing of wool there to be the toilet paper roll. And I'm going to need a little bit more quartz, unfortunately, so another trip to the nether here before too much longer. And I'm going to put glass panes right along here to be the vanity mirror. And this I just made as a dirty clothes hamper, because that's always important. So that's what I've been working on indoors. Outdoors, I decided to add something more. You're like, what is that? I decided to make a chicken coop. The reason I decided to make a chicken coop is because I was getting tired of chickens running into the house. So I decided that they were not going to be free range anymore. Got the fence right here. I've got a dispenser so they can continually get seeds whenever they step on that activation plate. Got them a watering trough that one of them seems to enjoy taking a swim in. And I'm also harvesting wheat so I can make more hay blocks and have those down there to actually look like, I guess, nesting for them. So I think that looks pretty good. At least I hope it does. And also, you see I built my anvil here. I was thinking about building a forge here, kind of like at the blacksmiths in the villages with a little bit of lava, but I'm not exactly sure what that would do to the roof. So we're going to leave that alone from now, and I would like you guys to meet Bartholomew, the Beast of Burden. I'd like to thank my viewer Michael for giving me this awesome suggestion. There were a few, but I thought this one actually it was very charming to me. So Bartholomew, the Beast of Burden. We're going to leave Bartholomew in his pen today, despite the fact that we are going on an adventure, just because I don't want to have to cross any oceans with Bart. And that's going to be hilarious because one of my good friends who actually watches these videos is named Bart, so he's probably going to get very confused. So we are going to wait until nightfall, and then we are going to head north, past that jungle, past the area with all the donkeys, and past the dark oak forest. We are going to find a jungle today. And if not a jungle, we'll at least find some interesting things along the pathway. So let's go ahead and crash out. Still haven't really touched the bedroom other than putting a desk here, and not really decisive on where I'm actually going to put the bed once I start working on it. But it does what I ask it to, and I've got a bed here, got a crafting table, I've got a little bit of iron that's left because I made a lot of cauldrons and other such things. Got some boats, got some iron tools, 50 potatoes. I think we are in good shape. Alright, Bartholomew, I leave the house in your capable hands. Take care of the chickens while I'm gone. Try not to wreck anything. And off we go. Now, I don't know if we're going to be doing any caving or anything during this. Here's basically our mission profile. We're going to find a jungle biome. We're going to raid any temples or villages we find along the way, or at least visit and potentially borrow. Raid is probably a strong term. Also, I'm going to attempt to kill any enderman I find, because I want another ender pearl, because I have enough magma rods and such that I can actually make 2 ender chests. So I'll have an ender chest to put all my stuff, all my valuables in, both here and at the new building location whenever I find it. So, and I have seen a few endermen, however, they have eluded me. How many arrows do I have? I have 6 arrows. Pretty soon, I think what we're going to have to do is breed the chickens, slaughter the freshly, the non-baby chickens, and see what we can do about getting our arrows. I would like to have a full stack of arrows with me. And I think 1 feather, a stick, and a flint make 4 arrows? I think? I'm not exactly sure on that. But we are going to give that a shot and see what happens. Now, I'm really excited about some stuff going on the channel lately. I started 2 new series. I started Sid Meier's Pirates that seemed to be well received. Also Techno Babylon, which I've really enjoyed playing. And on Tuesday, Game of Thrones, episode 4 of the Telltale series starts, and I will be right there in the middle of the action. And also, I think my loot crate comes in today, so I'll be making a video for that, for the vlog, on Saturday. So everything's very, very busy in Wretch World, as is usual. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds. Now, I have been reading a lot about Game of Thrones lately, and I did watch last week's episode, and I will try to be as spoiler-free in this as possible. Obviously, you know kind of what happens in Game of Thrones if you've heard anything about it. And here's essentially what happened that has a lot of controversy going on here. Is that a senator, I'm not exactly sure what the senator's name is, says that she has sworn off the show and will no longer watch because there was a scene involving rape. Okay? Which, if you know for Game of Thrones, is not anything new. However, she just says it's deplorable and she won't watch it anymore, you know, so on and so forth. And I think the majority of the world who are familiar with Game of Thrones, and it deviated from the book. Apparently it was not a scene that was in the books, but they went ahead and added it because they've been taking away and adding things in the last few seasons from the books. And as per George R.R. Martin's basically instructions, like, hey, kill these people off. They're not killed off in the book yet, but I want to surprise people. So the people who'd been reading the book kind of lost their sense of security. But apparently the senator and a minority of people were completely appalled by this. And I think the majority of the fandom is just like, this series has had far worse. Because the rape scene, to be honest, it was all done off camera. You saw it. You saw the expressions of someone who was in the room. And to tell you the truth, I've seen far worse on episodes of Law & Order SVU. SVU can get pretty graphic sometimes. But yeah, I'm considering everything else that has happened in Game of Thrones, and I've seen some post on 9gag that pretty much lists all the horrible things that have happened in the series. It seemed a little, I guess, kind of like an attention grab. However, the victim is, I wouldn't say a popular character in the series, but a significant character in the series to a point. And I think that may have had something to do with it. Maybe that character was just very near and dear to the senator's heart, and she just thought it deplorable that something could happen to her character, or, you know, to one of her favorite characters, which I think pretty much think she's feeling the pain of anyone from like season 1 onward. But anyway, I'm still enjoying this season so far. The Game of Thrones seasons are always very good, very watchable. It takes them, hello there, Water Temple. It takes them a little bit of time to pick up steam, generally in the middle of the season, and then it just goes on a full tear. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. And I've never read the books. I've had people who have read A Song of Ice and Fire and are currently reading it. telling me to read it, and I don't want to until the series is over. It was the same thing kind of with Harry Potter. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you need to read the Harry Potter books," and I was like, "No." Ooh. I just heard lasers from the water temple. I was like, I just didn't want to have anything to do with that because I enjoyed the movies so much. I didn't want to dislike the movies, especially in the middle of it. So part of me doesn't want to read the Harry Potter books at all, just because, I have such a fond image of the movies in my mind. I don't want to look at them afterward and go, oh, that's crap. I think the same thing could be said about Game of Thrones. And there's a birch forest right there, or a spruce forest. Dang it all. We could have found it right down the line here and not have gone like 10,000 blocks that other direction. Now, the thing about it is I don't know if that's a good sign or not, because I don't think spruce forests and jungles are neighborly. I should have killed those cows there for leather. May have to come back for that, at least on the return trip. But we will see. We've got some plains up here. We've actually completely passed that landmass where we found all the donkeys and such. So I guess this looks like as good a place as any to start going exploring. And we'll make landfall here in this little bay. I think this is called the bay. There we go. Get the boat back. Hello there, piggies. Now, let's go find ourselves a jungle. Or at least something interesting along the way. Got more green. I want to kind of get away from the spruce forest. I don't think jungle biomes are rare. I was told that a mesa biome was rare after I found it, but to the life of me, I've used to see jungle biomes all the time. There have been plenty of times I've started new worlds playing this game where I end up in a jungle biome, like smack dab in the middle. So I don't know why one would want to be elusive now. Probably because I'm looking for it, as I've said before. You get some flowers, too, for the house. But fortunately, we have that little flower forest near the mesa, so I don't have to gather any of these guys up right now. So, I am going to go ahead and do a little bit of free roaming. And if I see anything interesting, I will let you guys know. Well, we have reached the ocean, so this seemed to be just pretty much a big island. So, only one thing to do. I don't want to search this entire place just because, well, don't want to get completely lost. We're still relatively have been going in the same direction, around the same area. And I just don't want to get too off track. We're still going to keep our eyes peeled. Because I've seen a lot of jungle biomes that are on the shores. The thing is that the one where I had one of my biggest projects... Oh, okay, never mind. This may not have been the end of the island. Where I had one of my biggest builds had a jungle biome right next to a desert, which I always thought was kind of odd. One thing I do know for the build for our jungle home, whenever we get it, we need a lot of bamboo reeds. A ton of them. I'm not going to say what they're for, but I think you guys are going to like what I'm going to do with it. It's not really going for any kind of organic theme, but I think that people will be pleased with how, at least the method to the madness that I'm going to be using. Oh, forgot to mention, for those... No, I actually haven't mentioned this at all, have I? And I don't know how much I can actually reveal because of contracts and such, but there is a significant chance that I am going to be on a cable television show sometime in September related to the LARP that I play in. So, like I said, I don't know how much info I can actually say, so I'll keep it on the mum for now. But the second that I'm able to get any footage, I will definitely see what I can do about posting it somewhere. So you guys can see. I'm in my full Wretch gear. which Wretch, my name I got from my LARP persona, which is a kind of a Darth Vader-ish style dark overlord villain. And I would really like to show you guys what the costume looks like. You guys will probably see it because I'm going to be dressing up as Wretch for A-Con. I've dressed up as Wretch for A-Con and ICA-Con, and people seem to really like it because it's something they haven't seen before. It's not an anime character or a comic book character, but I still tried my best to look really cool, so it look cool, and it definitely gets people's attention. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, I've posted this on my Facebook and I think on Twitter as well. Just letting you guys know, my con schedule for this summer is I'm going to be going to Ep.20 in Dallas, Texas, the first weekend of June. Koyacon in Midland, Odessa, the last weekend of June. And then I am going to SGC, which is the one I'm really looking forward to, in the middle of July. So I get to meet a whole lot of other YouTubers, hopefully, and gamers, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Basically networking and meeting new folks. That's always fun. I'm very socially awkward, and it takes me a while to warm up to people. I'm actually really shy until you get to know me. So it'll be a tough task trying to break the ice or trying to get over that, because you only have one chance to make a first impression, right? So I'm going to do my best to make sure that I make a good impression and meet some cool folks and just see where that takes us and where it takes the channel as well, if it even does. Either way, I'll just keep on trucking along. Well, that's kind of a cool little secluded swamp, isn't it? Still haven't found a witch's hut. Maybe this will be where we break the dry spell. Not that there's anything really interesting in a witch's hut, but it's just cool to see something we have not seen in this world yet. Speaking of, while we're here in the swamp. Sorry, moo cow. It's like the first cow I've killed. I'm actually not even killing you for the beef. I'm killing you for the leather. I don't need leather armor, but I do need item frames. That's 4. That's give us 4 item frames. Let's just kill this herd out. Don't make me run. It just makes it sadder that you're putting up the struggle. At least you're not trying to gore me or anything. There we go. And 5. Oh, I heard a survivor. Thought you were gonna get away, huh? No. Still 5. Oh well. And part of me thinks it is very, very stupid to go on this little quest where anything could happen, and now we have hit the heavy mountains, while I have 28 levels. I did have 29, but I had to use 1 level for the Bartholomew's name tag, which is interesting. I thought the name tags were 5 levels. Apparently not. Either they changed it or it had always been 1 level. So that was good to know, in case I find any more name tags. However, I probably could find a lot of name tags just by fishing, from how I understand. But like I said before, I'll probably be doing a lot of my fishing off camera. I had a buddy of mine who wanted to get me back, or not get me back into it because I never played it before, but apparently they're doing Ultima Online again for free, the original Ultima Online. And he's trying to get me and some of my friends to start playing, and I've never played Ultima Online. I'm going to have to check it out to see if it is my style of game. But apparently it is very, very sandboxy free roam, and I love that kind of stuff. I've been asked on multiple occasions why I never do a series on Skyrim, and I think the only reason that is because everyone has done a series on Skyrim. I was hesitant enough to do a series about Minecraft, to tell you the truth, but I don't think that I can say what hasn't been said before in regards to Skyrim, so just going to have to leave that lie for a bit. All right, Mr. Moo Cows, you get to live. You smell the blood of your dead kin on my sword. I would like some variations of weapons in this game. I remember watching Vintage Beef's playthrough of Life in the Woods that had all the different kinds of weapons and building blocks and stuff like that. I really wish that Minecraft could just upgrade to that. I don't think it would lose any of its charm or anything. I actually think it would give the game a whole new dimension. Oh, here's more swamp. And check over here. Witches' huts aren't nearly as cool as they were now that witches can go ahead and spawn at night randomly along with everything else. Back then when you saw a witch, it had the potential to be a really big deal. Nada. Hut free. We'll take that as a good thing. So just keep swimming. And oh. Ooh. Mineshaft. That's pretty high up though. That looks really cool. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and we're going to save that screenshot. We may have to come back here and check that place out. But I'm still determined to find this jungle. And I haven't got to Let's Play the Hallelujah chorus when I find it. We haven't reached that point yet. I think you guys would be surprised how long I spent off camera trying to find that mesa initially when the series started. That was a chore. So we're still good on potatoes. Have ourselves a little bedtime snack. Hope to think I put butter on the potatoes. I can't stand eating potatoes without butter, or at least regular, like baked potatoes. Butter and or bacon. Well, here's another dark oak forest. I'm really glad we didn't come this way with Bartholomew. He would not have been able to make or survive the trip, especially with his health being actually less than mine. He's a good companion, but a frail one. I'm wondering if I should take any of these mushroom blocks. Oh wait, no, you have to use pistons or some such for them, I believe. I didn't tell you guys, and I didn't have it off camera because I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I found one of the biomes with mushrooms. I forgot what they're called. But I found that when I was initially, that 10,000 block journey the other direction to find a forest, or a jungle biome. Found it there. And I nearly thought about saving the location and trying to build a base there, but those biomes are just so barren and uninteresting. The only thing that's really there that's worth anything is the mushrooms. And this is a very large forest. Holy crap. Nice little combination of forest and swampland. And the water is too, spread out and isolated to use a boat on. So I guess, look, all this moisture. I'm seeing swamps, but no jungle. Swamps everywhere. Let's get a little bit of elevation here so we can see. Oh, is that? Nope. Another dark oak forest. And more over here, too. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and find a high elevation point, get the lay of the land, and then I think we will call it an episode today. We struck out in terms of the jungle, but we did find some interesting locations, including that mine shaft. I'm sure I could find a mine shaft closer to the adobe house, but I did like the fact that a lot of it was exposed by that chasm. That was a really cool look. Looked kind of post-apocalyptic, just something out of a video game, believe it or imagine that. And we also got some leather, so that's good. So, where's the good elevation spot? Yeah, that's more dark oak forest. I keep on forgetting what the dark oak doors actually look like. I'm going to have to look that up after I am done here today. And we are out of potatoes, or out of Our hunger is down. Dark oak over here. And... hey. Here, let me get a little bit of dashing power. Hey. Dark. Okay, open plains over there. I think those are plains. I forgot what they're actually called. And birch forest over here. So I guess we are going to be heading that way to the open area. And we will see what we can find in the next episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. So if you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.